Now, you've heard from the linesman of Nigeria's 2015 elections talking about the EU head of delegation to Nigeria and West Africa, Ambassador Michel Arian. And what next after getting a pass mark in the conduct of the Nigeria 2015 elections? We will be taking a break now, and when we come back, we will be having a short interview with the Secretary of Government of the Federation, Senator Pius Ayi. He's also the co-chairman of Nigeria's Inauguration Committee. He tells us about the task of achieving a seamless transition and his comments on the task ahead and the incoming administration of General Muhammadu Buhari. Join us again.
We have two transition committees, one set up by the present administration and another set up by the incoming administration. I cannot talk about that of the incoming administration, but I can talk about the present administration's transition committee. Now, the transition committee of President Goodluck Jonathan's administration is necessarily mandated to, one, collate the handover briefs from all the MDAs, arrange the handover briefs and prepare them for presentation to the incoming administration, interface with the incoming administration to clarify any question or any issue they will need clarification anywhere they require so. Then prepare a handover note for Mr. President, which he will hand over to the incoming administration. So in summary, that is the focus of the transition program. And like you know, the Vice President is the chairman of that program. I only provide secretariat, that committee, I only provide secretariat to the committee.
The opposition party, the All Progressive Congress, has complained about some members, the composition of members of this committee. They are saying it's tricky. How do you see these comments coming from the opposition party?
It's understandable. Ours is to wind down, theirs is to start up. So, and what we are saying is that ours will stop at the point we have said, look, this is what we have to give you. Then if you have questions, ask us. So they can come from there. The transition, the incoming administration transition committee can continue till any time, even in the future. But ours will finish with the handover. So there are two different things. But I'm not talking about that because I don't know what the mandate is. I don't know what the intentions are. I don't know how it is being put in place. But I know that our own was set up to actually articulate our handover briefs, and we are working.
Would you be prepared to support if, in any way, in terms of looking at continuity now, if the incoming government demand that for the sake of continuity, that they will need some key members of this current administration? Do you see this current administration given such support?
I don't know. And that is at the level of the president, so I don't know about that. It's really not within my competence to talk about.
For the past 16 years, the only life, at least at the federal level, most PDP members have known is the control of power at the federal level. So now, how do you intend to adjust, and do you see the PDP having that capacity to muster a formidable opposition?
Would you mind sparing me the breath for the party to speak for itself? So, for the purposes of this moment, I can speak for the government with respect to the function I am assigned to do. But I believe that PDP is in a position to speak for itself. So, spare me that comment. When you have audience with the PDP, they can address that.
You've not talked about the cost. You've not talked about...
because we haven't worked out the budget. We have set up subcommittees. Subcommittees are to work out their budgets, then we put it together and approve or disapprove of it. So that's exactly what we did today, to ask each subcommittee to work out their budget. Then they will now return to the main committee to consider their proposals. So as at now, I can't say this is the cost of the program.
Some of us outside government apparatus, we want to imagine that it's a role that plays that central role, like the car, the brain box of a car. Could you give us an insight into those moments, those critical moments, and also what the role of the SGF entails?
The job of Secretary to Government is a challenging one because it's more in nature of a technical one. is of a nature that you must be seen to make relatively few mistakes, because maybe from your table to the table of the president. So if you make a mistake on your work, you would have misled the president. So for me, it's quite challenging, it's quite demanding, and I can say that I put in my best, and I have enjoyed the cooperation and support of my colleagues across the entire government. And I have also enjoyed the guidance of the president and indeed his confidence. So the work is challenging, but I am fine with it.
Now, before we wind down this conversation, what advice would you have for the incoming administration, and how do you see the task ahead for the incoming administration?
Well, I must say that across the world, the period we are in is a trying period. But I also want to say that the people coming, the president-elect had been a head of a Nigerian government before. So I'm not sure there's anything too strange he wouldn't know about Nigeria. So, and my prayer for him is to look around. We have very resourceful hands in Nigeria. Pick some good hands, and they're up and running. So I don't think there is anything too challenging to worry about. Neither is there anything to fear and whatsoever. And I believe that the people coming in are not strangers. They are part of the entire body politic, and they are politicians, which means they have been active following up the political and economic developments as it affects the entire society. So I really have no worries about what they will do or what they will meet or what they will not do or what they will not meet. I think there can't be any problem whatsoever.
Senator Pius Ayin, it's been really nice having you in this episode of Question Time. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
And that's as much as we can take in this episode of Question Time. You may also send us your comments on our various social media platforms showing on your screen. Join us next week on another exciting episode of the show on Channels Television. Many thanks for watching. I'm Benga Ashiru saying goodbye.